Right, Alan, recently the club have made an appeal to the public and the local business community to try and come forward and support the club a bit more, and I understand there's been some positive developments on that front.
Yeah, there has been 2 or 3 interested parties, which is great for us. And on the phone to myself, they've been really positive about how they want to help the club and the town. And we've yet to follow them up. Well, we are going to follow them up, obviously, but our meetings haven't taken place yet. But that's in the imminent future, and we're over the moon with that, to be honest.
You can't sort of emphasise enough the point to local businesses and the part that they can play for the club, can you?
Yeah, it's massive. Obviously, we've said in the past that you need finances to compete at this level, and it is a great level to compete at. Obviously, you're in the start off in the FA Cup, FA Vars, and if sponsors, like main sponsors, arrived, you get a lot of publicity out of it. And obviously, the town, a lot of towns up and down the country are known from the football team. You don't know where they are, but you've heard of the football team. Yeah.
I mean, on the field, obviously still going strong, and a 1-1 draw. Ashton last week maintained our unbeaten run to 8 games. What was your reaction to last Saturday's result?
Well, my reaction to last Saturday's result was the players showed character. The team we played is flying and still in the FA Vars, and they beat the champions the previous Wednesday 4-1, Spennymoor United. But teams that come to Newton Aycliffe don't get an easy ride, and yeah, we pay them a bit of respect, but not too much. And to be fair, we had to defend for periods of the game, but so did they, and at the end we could have pinched it. We're not far off a top side, I don't think, in my eyes. A couple of additions and we'd be right up there amongst them.
Do you think it's a case of at this level sometimes you've got to grind out results and it might not be pretty, but the sign of a good side at this level is that you sometimes you might not play particularly well, but you still get a point or 3?
Well, defences are massive. We have a strong back 4, back 5 players, and the keeper's been tremendous. If you can stop conceding and you're always going to get chances at the other end. And we have, at the minute, our defence is great. I think we've conceded 1 in 5 or something like that. And if they're doing their job, the other lads at the other end will do theirs, I'm sure.
At South Shields away tomorrow, you've talked all season about not sort of underestimating teams that are sort of further down the table. The 16th in the table, but on the back of a 3-0 win at Norton last week, so it goes without saying you don't underestimate anybody, do you?
Not at all. I mean, West Auckland are top, for example, and they played South Shields 2 consecutive games, and South Shields scored 8 goals in them 2 games against the team that's top of the league. So it says everything. You take your foot off the pedal or underestimate anybody in this, and you'll get nothing out of the game. Simple as that.
Yeah, and I think if the game was here at home, we'd probably be looking at a postponement. What do you think about tomorrow's game? The chances?
The chances tomorrow's game, grim, I would think. We've never lost a Saturday all season, but certainly if it was here at Moor Lane Park, we'd have no chance.
If the game does go ahead, injury, any team news? What's the latest?
Yeah, we're still without Mark Peck, and we wish him a speedy recovery from a serious illness. And also Warren Byrne is probably a month away. I haven't spoken to him. Other than that, we'll have a squad of 16, a good squad, and we're confident in going there and getting something, but we know we'll be up against it. Yeah.
You mentioned Mark Peck there. We just recently announced obviously his illness and his quite a serious operation. He's going to be out for a long time and out of work for some time as well. And one thing that was quite touching, I thought, last week was the players wanted to actually do a whip round for him, and they've collected a bit of money for him. I mean, that shows the team spirit that's in the camp, doesn't it?
Yeah, from their expenses, the players contributed a considerable amount. At any football club, any successful club, one of the main things for myself is team spirit. It's like an extra man on the field, and it proved that we had that. It wasn't something I suggested to the players or any of the committee. The players approached me and said, look, can you forward this to Mark, and it was a substantial sum. And he was over the moon. Went in on the Sunday night. The kid has been seriously ill, and the players were really concerned about him. But this was a hell of a tonic for the kid.
I spoke to you last week, and you said he was really down. I mean, did that lift his spirits a bit?
Yeah, like I say, it was great for him. A big smile on his face. It wasn't just the money, the financial thing. It was more that the people and the supporters chipped in as well. I must add that they were thinking of him, and he's a massive part of this club, even though he's injured at the minute.
Just finally, just sort of talking generally, there's 11 league games left, Alan, between now and the end of the season. 6 in the league. Where would you be happy with?
High as possible, to be honest. I set my target a couple of months ago at 60 points. Now I've changed that to 70. I'll just keep going. I want to win every game. The players want to win every game. The supporters want us to win every game. We want to give nobody an easy ride. If we don't get a massive crop of injuries, I think we can finish in the top 6. We'll see how mentally strong enough we are. A lot of teams, back end of the season, when there's nothing to play for, either out of the cups, etc., they seem to just fall away. That's exactly what we don't want to do. We've discussed this. We want to keep ploughing on and make these victories against Whitley Bay and that matter at the end of the season, beating the teams low down. That's what we want to do. We want to underestimate nobody, but get as many points as we can. We're not going to take our foot off the pedal. We'll make sure of that, Gary and myself.